Yo, 1 2 1 2. Views and dues. You know how it is. Views from the 22. We are in our bag because it is around that time. It is around that season. It's sad season, so you already know I'm on that. So we gonna start with a different intro. This is a public service announcement because I know some of y'all see this beer in my hand and it's like Myron. It's 10:21 a.m. on a Sunday. Yeah, y'all the same people. If y'all go on the all inclusive trip, you wake up drinking. Don't be mad because my life is built around the mindset that if I could do it on an all inclusive trip, why the fuck I can't do it here?
Amen to that. We all inclusive wherever we show up.
All right, see, that's what we all. Okay,
That's what we on.
that's the energy. So
That's the energy, yes, sir. Absolutely.
so y'all gotta understand, man. Like all of this is a mental concept. If you think you're on vacation and you having a good time, you having a good time. Whether you actually go on vacation or you just put your body and your mind to a place where you always are in a state of relaxation.
Mm.
That's all. So, and when y'all enjoy this show, we just want y'all to relax and have a good time.
Amen to that.
That's all we want. That's all we ever want. And for some, it take a little more. For some, it don't take much. With me, all I just need is two of my brothers, a Lagunitas, and sports, and we can make this shit shake. And that's what we have been doing. So with that, views from the 22, we got Mo Chef ready to cook. We got Jern So Truth ready to not tell a false lie in this world. And we're going to make this shit shake. Jern, talk to the people. I love that picture, by the way.
For a while.
Hey, we just busting down at AP, steady shining. Talk about the perfect timing. But hey man, would it be in the birthday week?
Yes.
We've been back in our music bag this week. And hidden gems that we have listened to this week. Shouts out to my brother Jay Ham for sure. Cause this is one thing that we may have to make happen when I stop down there in Memphis. We might ain't gonna have to grab us some Swishes and Doja. UGK 2007, baby. Swishers and Doja.
You ain't about to hot box no car, bro.
Hey, listen. I ain't trying to hang with Ham like that. I ain't got it like that. I got baby lungs. Got baby lungs because that. MJ, I got a better chance. I got a better chance of taking a drink from you than trying to smoke with him. But
listen,
I'm just saying that song was one of the hidden gems on the playlist this week. I don't know, man. I've been in the UGK mood all week, so we've been in one of them type of bags this week. So, but besides that, man, birthday week, nice little week and everything like that. It was a little tough too. Hey, man, listen. Shout out to everybody out there, man. If you got loved ones, man, make sure you check on them. I lost an employee this week, y'all, and I just want y'all to know. This is important. This is a transparent moment, man. It was hard to lose that employee because he was a good kid. Great worker, greater person. And the reason why is because his family just didn't check on him. I think his family could have did better at checking on him. You never know what people are going through. So make sure you're always nice to them. Make sure you're always respectful.
Yep.
See,
holiday season.
Yeah. No, we gonna we're gonna talk a little bit about that because on the flip side, protect your energy. You see that the name say Yelzabah Energy. So protect your energy, and if somebody try you, let out your energy. And when you meet your chick, make sure you're in her G. So y'all started this. Y'all started this. Yeah, levels.
Papa got a brand new bag.
Level.
I gotta take another sip out of my Texas mug.
Yeah.
It is actually a Texas mug, by the way.
I see. I need one of them.
Oh my goodness. But God. Dr. Marco.
Yeah, but you no one's gonna take care of you like you. The problem is y'all keep trying to find God in humans.
Oh.
You ain't gonna find him.
MJ.
Hey, bro, it's Sunday.
Wow. I don't know if they're ready for all this right now.
Yo,
We started this. You're right. You're right.
y'all, I
This
be
is our
chilling,
fault. We
bro.
should know better by now.
Here's the thing. What I've learned dealing with the 1% is when you ask the right questions, you get the right answers.
Oh,
But they will never reveal it until you ask the right questions or say the right thing.
absolutely.
If you ask for a certain thing, they will say, no, we can't do that. If you ask for it in a different way, in a language that they understand, that is the actual true language of it, now you open up another chamber.
Yep.
So, Mo, how are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. I'm looking at the breaking news on Twitter to keep up with the people who were listed as questionable to see if they're active or not. Uh, Everybody knows, I am a person of Muslim faith. And the Friday lesson, because every Friday when you go to the mosque, there's a sermon, obviously. Like
Yes.
there's in we are a lot more similar than you may think.
Oh, no doubt.
We know this. And the message that I received this week was actually about protecting your energy, about not letting people have access to you at all times. And I would advise everybody, you ain't for everybody,
Ooh,
and live your life that way.
you gonna make me put on my hat to say not for everybody. Don't make me put that on, bro. I'm looking dead at it. Don't make me go put that on, bro. Y'all got on hats too? All right, you see, this is what we on? Okay.
That's what we on. I was going to show the bald head, because in the wintertime, I only get like 2 haircuts during the wintertime. So this is going to be the last time. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Less is more. It's plenty of us. So,
hey, listen, these next 60 minutes, buckle up because we about to give you the best football talk with the energy we on right now. I could feel it coming in the air tonight.
All day. So literally feel y'all. Okay. I know.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get some cloth talk out the way. So shout out to Myles Garrett. He is going to obliterate that sack record.
Yes.
And the way he's doing it, what I love about it is sometimes when records are broken, you can kind of see a manipulation with the style of play of the game or a different rule change or anything like that. No, he's breaking this record by force. He's breaking this record by pure commitment and sheer fucking will. He is literally on John Wick shit. Like, there's nothing
No,
you
really.
can do to stop him from getting in the backfield.
So this is where the rubber meets the road, right? When it comes to talent, figuring it out and everything else. This is the Michael Jordan rule. When the talent starts to meet the expectation, but not only the talent and the expectation meet, you then take the understanding of how to get things done, how to do things. So this is why the prime of an athlete is totally different in certain situations and certain positions. That 28 to 32 time is when you're going to get some of the best numbers most times from some of these prime and some of your best athletes all time. And ironically, Myles Garrett's 29 years old. At 21, he understood he could beat you with natural ability. At 24, he understood he could beat you with speed, and his body caught up to everything that the NFL was doing. So at 26, 25, 26, it's now just putting together everything that we have to do, learning each individual tackle's skill sets, some of their weaknesses, understanding how to study. So we get to 29 or we get to 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, and we understand all of that. And we put that compilation of our first 7 years into that now. And now I understand that no, I'm not going to get a game where I'm going to have this many sacks or that many sacks. I may have games I don't get any sacks, but there are going to be games I'm going to get opportunities, and I have to make sure that I capitalize on every last one of them. And that's what he's done. That's the reason why. Now, on the flip side of that, the thing that I think that everybody has to understand is it does help that the Browns' interior pressure has been superb this year.
It has.
That defensive line rotation, like even though they're going to be missing Malik Collins, it's ironic that their second round pick from last year, Mike Hall Jr., comes back and he might be more physically imposing than Malik Collins.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree
So
with that at all.
It's like it's levels to this thing, and I'm about to pass it.
No,
But it's levels to this thing because even on the opposite side, they don't have to have a great pass rusher on the opposite side. They can rotate and do whatever they want over there because the interior pressure is collapsed in the pocket one way, and Miles is now in a situation if he gets double, the interior pressure gets through. So in a 60-minute game, as we like to talk about boxing here, we keep going to the body. We keep going to the body. We keep going to the body. And here comes Myles Garrett with the headshot.
Mm. No, I think again, what I've learned this year is trying not to sound redundant when the person in front of me, which is either MJ or Germ or Johnny or Ham, when they explain something so beautifully, there's no reason for me to be redundant. So what I've learned is to go a different route and offer a more deeper perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I think the one thing we got to keep in mind with the Myles Garrett situation right now, first of all, and we're going to keep this conversation for a later day. First of all, we got to be careful because we are in a place in sports where these comments that are made to be trolling or petty or funny now get interpreted and translated and relayed as actual takes. For example, when he was seen frustrated at the end of the Patriots game, somebody made a troll post saying about how, oh, I don't want to hear it. You got all that money you could have gotten out. And it turned into an actual take among the sports culture. And I thought it was so not only misinformed, I thought it was so disingenuous for people to be doing that. Because number one, he was still under contract. It's not like he was a free agent. He was still under contract with the Browns. So he couldn't just get up and go wherever he wanted to get up and go. That's not the way collective bargaining agreements work. Number one. Number two, so first of all, we drag, well, not to make this about LeBron, but we drag a former Cleveland athlete for being disloyal. Now we're going to drag one for being loyal. Make up your minds. You know what I'm saying? Make up your minds. Make up your minds. Be consistent. But of course, consistency is often not amongst the ranks.
That's why they broke.
Hey, we're going to leave it there. Let's go back to and Myles Garrett is not only going to the bank, he's going into the bank, digging into other teams' pockets, literally, because he's getting all these sacks with these quarterbacks. Let me take it to the sacks right now. Let me take it to the...
Whoa. I need it from the top. He in the pockets? Come on, bro.
He going to the bank because he digging in other teams' pockets.
Jesus Christ.
It's just reality. And here's the best part. He's got 19 sacks in 12 games. Remember, Strahan did it in 16. TJ Watt did it in 15. So he needs 4 sacks in 3 games to do it ahead of TJ Watt pace. And you talk about a team that seldom has the lead. You talk about a team that for 60 minutes is fighting for some sort of leverage, a lead, a win. So it's not like he's facing all these dropbacks. It's not like he's going up against teams that are consistently dropping back 30, 35, 40 times. That's not, as a matter of fact, Cleveland is on the lower half in terms of the amount of passes they face on a week-to-week basis. Yet this dude's sack rate is astronomical. So again, we got to keep into perspective, A, how impressive he is as a brand. And if you don't know, Google it. Jerm could tell you all about the Myles Garrett brand over by Lake Erie. And then we got to focus on the player. Mm-hmm. And everything he's doing is so above par. And that's what makes him so great. That's what makes him incredible. So, long story short, the Tennessee Titans allow the most sacks in the NFL. Myles Garrett, they come into his house today. It would not shock me if he got to 22 sacks or maybe even broke the record for 23 sacks today.
It wouldn't either. It wouldn't shock me either because
I want it to happen.
yeah,
I want it to happen. And the reason why I want it to happen is because I want it to be faster than Strahan and TJ Ward
Right.
and TJ Watt, excuse me. Because I want this to be one of them situations. I need this to be undeniable. I need this to be the season where you have to give him his flowers as the best pass rusher, outside rusher, the best defensive lineman in football. And this stretch is going to be this year. He has been the most dominant defensive player on the field on the planet.
Another
His
thing to
gravity
keep.
is exactly why that defensive line has that synergy that it has.
He's an asteroid.
and it's not just that, because on this show, after the draft of this show, a couple of guys on this show, and it wasn't me, pointed out the draft pick that Cleveland did to put alongside Myles Garrett. And this is the part that people don't understand too. I can only do so much with my greatness, but the second you put me in a situation where I could just be at the best version of myself, then you're going to see stuff you've never seen before. And that's the difference between the elite versus just the regular. The regular players, the good players, you could give them everything they need and they're going to consistently give you what they give you. The elite players, if you give them everything they need, they're going to break records. And that's the difference.
That's the difference. See Tom Brady and Randy Moss.
That's one that came to mind. Look at Adrian Peterson.
Yep, no doubt.
Because like Germ eloquently mentioned, when you're at that level, when your mind, your will, your skill, and your IQ all is working at the highest possible plane, anything can happen at that point. Now we have taken barriers off. Now you're like Neo. You stop bullets. You don't even dodge them no more. You just stop them. And that's the level that we all should strive for, because we're all capable of it. Because at the end of the day, Myles Garrett is just simply a human that put in consistent work.
Yep.
So I hear inconsistent people talk about pockets of a consistent person, because we all know that consistency is also what keeps a person paid. Then it's like, yo, you can't talk about that. That's not your tax bracket. So let's move along to somebody that has been relatively inconsistent and kind of been the polar opposite. I hate to change the vibe and the energy of this, but we do got to talk about Kyler Murray, in which great talent, great arm talent.
Yes.
Be able to buy time and all of that, but sometimes you are a victim of your talent. And sometimes you're a believer of your own hype. And you forgot to do the fundamentals. You forgot to put in the basics. And you forgot to understand that at some point when somebody figures this out, what is your plan?
Yep.
Quick anecdote. I've been taking up chess since February. From February up until June, I've just been playing. I had no plan. Sometimes I win. Sometimes I lose. But the times I lose, it looks bad. And the reason why it looks bad, because I ran up against somebody who had a plan.
True. It's true.
That's simple. So you can talk football, you can talk life, you can talk whatever you want to talk about.
Let's say this too. The game of chess, just like me and you talked before, me and MJ had a whole chess conversation.
Okay.
Bring it.
So the conversation we had is that chess can be played in multiple ways. You got attackers, you got people who like to defend, and then you got people who understand the concept and know how to do both in situations. Now, why is chess and life and everything like this so tied together? Because everything kind of goes hand in hand. If you have a person that's aggressive and they're really, really big on attacking, then you draw them in and you allow them to feel as if they're attacking. And then all it takes is this move here, and now they're compromised because you just use their aggression against them. If you have a person who is a defensive chess player, you simply allow them to feel as if they are defending, and one move here, and now the defense is now compromised.
Mm.
So what I explained to MJ is, I said there are people that you play against, and they have the same setup every time. It's going to be
Yes.
their first 10 to 15 moves are the exact same. So your job in that situation is to compromise pieces that are instrumental to the defensive strategy, which most time defensive strategists have a very, very similar setups, because that in itself takes away from all of the extra added pieces that they can take from you compromising this piece here and this piece there.
Hmm. It's funny because
I got a scheme for this too, but go ahead.
well, it's funny because I employ a 3-3-5 wide technique when it comes to my chess pieces. I have a strict scripted 10 moves, and then the game begins.
Mhm.
It's probably more like 7 to 9 moves, and then the game begins. And then I'm a baiter, pause, because there are certain pieces that I'm willing to sacrifice for the greater cause. And sometimes, no matter how attractive a piece may be, how athletic a piece may be, how high I drafted my bishop on my knight, sometimes you got to sacrifice a piece for the greater cause of the organization.
I know where he's going with this.
I'm going nowhere. I'm just talking football and chess.
Okay, go ahead.
But that's exactly where I'm going with it. That's exactly where I'm going with it. Kyler Murray, he's not a queen. He's not a king. He's not. He's just not. He ain't even a castle. Okay? He's a bishop. And bishops can be valuable. Bishops can be valuable, but they can also be sacrificed. I quicker sacrifice a bishop than a knight because I still have my queen that could do the same piece, the same moves
Mm.
that a bishop does. Anyways,
Don't do this. Don't do this,
this is a
Mo, because
football
you're gonna
show.
get me
This
in
is a
another
football
bag.
show.
Don't do it.
This is a football show. This is a football show. Kyler Murray will be on the New York Jets next year. That's my take.
So,
Let me
so
let
I
me
would
just
just simply say this because I know that we're gonna have to set up a board for Mo versus Jeremy. We got to record it. Now, before we do that, though, I can understand both sides of it and how both sides are effective. You want to know why Mo can be able to have the first 9 pieces be very predictable? Because the first 9 pieces are principal chess.
Yep.
He is going to get all of his pieces involved. He's going to get all of his pieces connected. And then, based off of what you do, because everything is in unison, connected, and working together, then it's just a matter of making the right read from there. That's why he can get away with doing it. With that being stated, on the contrary to Kyler Murray, does he get all of his pieces involved as a quarterback? No.
No.
Is he reading what the defense is giving him? Or is he just going to make this move come hella high water? Yes. So we look at it now, and this is like, we're in year what with him?
6.
Year 6, and you're still trying to
No.
get away. Year 5, year 6. Y'all
It
can
might be
fact
7. Yeah, but either way.
between that year 5 to 7 mark, what do we always talk about with quarterbacks? This is the time where the game should be slowing down. This is your fork in the road. Either you're going to think that you could get away with the stuff you got away with in year 1 because they didn't have film on you, or you're going to go in the film room yourself, see how you could be able to manipulate your talent and be able to utilize it to get other pieces involved until it's time for you to strike.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem if he's a bishop. I have no problem with getting him out the game early, getting him involved in open space early.
Right.
But that does not mean that I'm going to use him to take a pawn. You're too important to just take a pawn.
Right.
And he think if the pawn was football, a pawn is like having a spectacular play. It's 60 minutes. I don't care about that spectacular play. We have 60 minutes we got to play.
Yep.
And a lot of times the reason why you're getting injured is because you're sacrificing your body for one play.
That's real. That's real.
And even if you don't sacrifice your body, you're sacrificing the possession of the football for one play.
Right. You're sacrificing progression one way or another.
Slide, throw it out of bounds, kick the ball, look at the screen, really look at it. What are they doing to you? And let's get it back to the next possession.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
So, with that being said, 94 feet of chess and views from the chessboard might be in play.
My God. So let me just say this.
Limitations is
with
off.
The Bishop take. Let me just say this with the Bishop take.
Oh Lord, I knew it.
It's okay.
So you calling him the Bishop is actually not a bad analogy or piece for him, because the problem in the situation is that most of the things that he does is on a certain type of trajectory. The way he throws the ball is a Bishop-like trajectory. The way he does everything on the field is in that type of trajectory. So if you look at his growth and development, it's never a straight line. It's never a straight line to where he needs to go. It's always, well, Kyler, if he does this or if he takes care of this. So you have to remember, with his position, a quarterback is a king. If you have a quarterback that is not a king, then obviously you're in a situation where the quarterback becomes a queen. Lamar Jackson. So we then take this situation and you wonder why we don't get the same value from the position the way we should, because the goal of the game is to protect the king. So our pieces are not aligned the proper way.
Oh my God. Like this. All right. Yeah.
Why?
So you got to make sure that you understand that when I say that. The pieces are not aligned the right way. So your prediction of him being on the Jets, we have to hope now that whoever it is can turn. He has to go back to being a pawn now. He has to travel across the board and become another piece now. It's time to reinvent ourselves.
We rooting for you though, Kyler. Let's not get it twisted.
We are.
Here at Views, we want everybody to be the best version of themselves because it makes for a better product. However, we have to call a spade, or we have to bishop a bishop or a pawn a pawn.
And that right now is being a pawn. Right now is you're gonna have to just go across, go to another team, reinvent yourself, and try to find another niche. That's all another piece is finding another niche. So if you're a Bishop for the Arizona Cardinals, go to the Jets and try to be a damn rook.
Yeah.
Well, because that rook might be the piece that they need to get their offense to move. But the best teams in the NFL currently, their quarterback is a king.
So that is perfect. I can't follow it up. I know Mo could, but then this show will turn into 2 or 3 hours.
Yes.
So I got one more talking point before we get into these games, and we're going to talk about the biggest sleepers.
Let's do it.
Before we talk about this, let me just go ahead and set the table correctly. For me this season, it just seems like the teams with the best record still are so traumatically flawed to where it's hard for me to take them serious. Yet the teams that probably could be in a situation where they don't make the playoffs at all are in a situation where they could be the scariest teams if they do make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's making this so intriguing for me, because New England is playing great football. But do y'all really believe in them? Let's be honest.
It's really hard to.
Not really, right?
Denver, it feels like a fairy tale. So it's like, I'm with you.
Playing a great football, but you know what you need in the playoffs. Do you trust Knicks? I don't. Chicago Bears, I love y'all to death, but the way stuff is going, everything just keeps going your way. That's just dangerous to invest in.
Yep.
So I'm going to be steady and even keeled. I'm like that parent that when the kid, no matter if they draw a Picasso or run their head into the coffee table, I'm going to act like I don't see it. So it won't cry or it won't overly, feel themselves to the point where they have an arrogance that don't mean anything. I'm just going to be consistent as a parent. That's how I'm going to be with y'all. I have to. Whereas we look at certain teams, like we always talk about the Chiefs. Chiefs probably still in your power rankings, even though they may not make the playoffs. We just know what this team is capable of.
Exactly.
If they get in there. We just know. And, even though Dallas got slapped, but even you can even add the team that slapped them, the Lions, we're looking at them and it's like, man, if they string together a few wins, they scary in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Lions and the Cowboys, they're scary. They got all the ingredients. So it's like, to me, I don't really have a sleeper. I'm just setting the table.
I'm with you.
But yeah. I am going to go ahead and just ask the panel, who do you guys think are the biggest sleepers and who do you guys think could be going home really early?
Jordan, you want me to go first here?
I mean, yeah, you go first because you probably, if you say the same teams that I'm gonna say, we just gonna end the segment. I'm just gonna.
I think we're gonna say the same team. Because we could talk about the Chiefs and the Bengals. Obviously, we could talk about
because of the quarterbacks.
Correct. We could talk about the Lions. Obviously, my number one sleeper team is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and a big reason for that is because they haven't been healthy. But all the guys that they have on IR are coming back and will be back, including an Autobot in the name of Michael Evans. And I don't think people truly understand. I've said this before. Mike Evans is one of the most valuable wide receivers there is in the NFL. We could talk about the playmakers, skill for skill, check for check. We could have that conversation on a different day. In terms of value to a football team, from the wide receiver position, he's one of the most valuable wide receivers there have been this generation, hands down. Defensive line, get healthier. Secondary, getting healthier. Bucky, Godwin, McMillan, Wirfs, Godke. Those are their tackles. They're just getting healthier. And it seems like in about 2 weeks, they're going to be at full strength for the first time all year. To me, that makes them the scariest team in the NFC at full strength. The only team, believe it or not, that I would say has the best matchup advantage against Tampa in January from the NFC is the Rams. They can beat the Eagles. They can beat the Seahawks. They can beat anybody from the NFC North. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are becoming at full strength, to me, are the scariest team in the NFL right now because it's not about how early you peak. That's not what this is about.
You got to be good at the right time.
You can't sear a steak for 17 weeks.
It'll be rubber.
Exactly. Are you slow cooking it? Are you being patient?
It's brisket, not steak.
Exactly. No matter what kind of brisket. Because yes, you can make goat brisket. I've done it. Bucks sleeper team for me.
I'm not going against that.
I know you wouldn't, because I know that's what you was gonna say. I know
I
that's
was
your
gonna
team.
actually. I was gonna run down real quick. I was gonna touch Kansas City real quick. I was gonna touch Cincinnati, of course, and just talk about the Bucks because again, health is wealth for that team.
Yes.
They have everything that you could possibly need. They rush the passer, they stop the run, and their quarterback is good enough to get it done. Period. There you go.
Yep.
Another bar.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and get into these games, man.
Let's do it.
We got 12 games total. 5 games are on our highlight. We put a nice little red circle around it. The other 7 games is kind of naughty, so we ain't gonna be spending too much time on them. But for our illegitimate gamblers, we got y'all. We got y'all. We're gonna give y'all some sauce so that y'all can be able to flip it and make it do what it do. So, first game on the docket. I love starting off with Cleveland. Just because the picture, I just love starting off with them because it's going to be a think piece no matter what. Because you have the best defensive player in football, you have the most polarizing quarterback in football now playing. You can't not watch them. They're like a reality show now. You have to watch them and you have to have an opinion on them. They're like the balloon popping show. That's what Cleveland is. They're the balloon popping show. No matter how many times you scroll through Instagram, the second you see some random dude pop out and you see somebody do this, you're going to watch it for at least 12 more seconds. You can't help it. That's what we are.
Oh, my God.
We waddle in filth. That's what we do. It sucks. So, Cleveland versus Tennessee, the number 1 overall pick at quarterback in Tennessee. Obviously, he does not have nowhere near the pieces and the structure to be able to be successful. So we kind of expected this, but he has showed glimpses and flashes.
Facts.
Against the guy that he was working out with and talking crazy with. So it comes full circle, and he just happened. Now it's almost like the rabbit and the turtle. While he's taking a nap, now the turtle just kind of now y'all neck and neck. So the spread is 3.5 in favor of Cleveland.
Yep.
Plus 184 for Tennessee if you choose to pick them. Negative 220 for Cleveland. The over-under is 33.5. That tells you everything you need to know about this game. But we're going to break down the injuries, and we still going to talk about it anyway. Mo, what's the injury report?
Yeah, so keep it simple. Lloyd Cushenberry, interior offensive lineman, is out for the Tennessee Titans. For the Browns, Wyatt Teller and Jock Conklin are out. That's a blow. But Mason Graham should be playing. These two teams combined for 11 points last week. That's crazy. The Titans have given up 48 sacks all year. We talked about Myles Garrett and what he's coming into. I think this is a shutout alert. No disrespect to Cam. I think he's got a bright future. I'm going to go with Cleveland to cover the 3.5 with a score of 22-7.
Let's go, John. John, hold up, I got you. Does Shedeur go over 250 yards today?
Against that defense, no.
Okay.
200 yards is the cap, is my cap for my gamblers out there. I actually think that this is actually a good game for you to really focus on. Njoku has to get involved at some point. Because if we want to be honest, see, this is where the play calling part of this becomes important. There's no way that Sampson isn't getting 10 carries and 5 catches every game, considering that Judkins is really doing a good job on the interior of being consistent as the hammer. I don't understand why we're not using that as a complementary backfield. I'm not understanding why we don't use that better. The next thing is, why are we not using Njoku's ability to catch a 5-yard pass and go for 20 yards, considering him and Fanning can be used kind of similar? I'm not understanding why we're not using our tight ends and running backs, which Shedeur has the best rapport with in general. That just tells you that it's sabotage and that right in itself, because it doesn't make sense. We're not using the proper tools in this situation. But anyway, long story short, I think Judkins gets 2 touchdowns today. We're on 2 touchdown alert for him. I think your biggest thing, of course, I think the biggest thing that we need to be taken away from this is that Shedeur has yet to throw the ball more than 25 times in a game. And that's alarming to me. And he's getting more explosive looks down the field. Yes, he's missed some looks. Every quarterback misses looks, assholes. The point is, you got to sit there sometimes and you have to be realistic and say that if he misses it as a rookie, it's because he's overthinking in situations, and that happens. Y'all overthink who y'all want to be y'all baby mama or baby daddy sometimes.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So, with that being said, give me Cleveland.
Okay. Hey, I'm a rock with Cleveland, man. As much as I hate y'all colors, I have a reason to root for y'all. So I wish y'all nothing but wealth and prosperity. Moving right along on the docket, we're gonna probably be quick with this one. Miami versus the Jets. The over under is 40.5. Miami is getting a -3, which is a negative 152 on the money line, plus 123 on the money line for the Jets. I have no feels for this game. I do have Achane on my fantasy team that's 2-12. So if I just want to spoil somebody's playoff run, I guess that's something. Hey, I talk about the successes and the failures, unlike social media. I can't just be on
I'm
the
with
side of
you.
the mountain my whole life. Sometimes you got to go through a little bit, a setback for the comeback. It's cool.
Yeah.
Go through what you go through.
Yeah.
I ain't tripping on that. Like, yo, lost 150. That's the only thing that I was just like, yo, that could have went to groceries, but whatever. I'm still eating. I'm 280. So clearly that's not affecting much.
Healthy. That's right, baby. That's right.
You see the beers that I'll be drinking. So with that, I have no idea why I'm going to go with Miami. I
Well,
just don't know. Something's got to give with this game. I think I read something about under 20-degree weather. Tua is 0-7, and the Jets haven't beat like Miami in like, I don't know, 4 years. So somebody has to win this game. This is like the South Park episode when they were playing baseball and they was trying to lose on purpose so they could get their summer back. But everybody was trying to lose on purpose, so it ended up turning into who can lose the best. This is what this gives me the feeling of. Y'all should watch the episode. It's actually funny as hell.
It is. It's hilarious.
All right, injury report, Mo, please.
So injury report, nothing significant. Darren Waller is playing second game in a row. He's back.
Good.
And Justin Fields is out in terms of fantasy purposes, because that's all y'all really care about from this game. Funny thing, MJ, Tua is undefeated versus the New York Jets. Another little thing, Tua also leads the league in interceptions. Do you know how many interceptions the Jets have this year?
How many? Wow.
None.
How?
I don't know. It is the most obscure record in NFL history that they are setting right now. This has never happened before. I don't know how this is even real, but the Jets have 0 interceptions all year. Devon Achane ran for over 400 yards the last few games, ran for 100 last time he played. Give me Achane anytime touchdown. Give me Achane 70+ rushing yards.
That's what they
You
want.
you could even go 130+ scrimmage yards total from Devon Achane. I think he's going to have a big game. I think Breece Hall is also due for about a 60, 70-yard game and a possible score again against this Miami defense. But I am going with the Dolphins to win this game 23-20.
Listen, anytime there's a Tyrod Taylor sighting, the running backs and the tight ends are going to get in the end zone.
You ain't lying.
I like.
So let me make sure I say, if you want to try, I'm just kidding. If you want to try Mason Taylor for a touchdown today might be the good day. You know what I'm saying? You know, just give that. But I would also give you guys that Darren Waller did have a big game against the Jets the last time they played.
He sure did.
So Achane and Darren Waller and the top backs and tight ends this for this game. But give me welcome to Miami. Well, Veniva, I'm Miami. We ain't doing that. Jets, y'all trash, man. Hey, but if y'all want to bet on an interception,
out for these betting notes.
bet on Tua to get an
This sounds
interception.
like easy money. This actually sounds like easy money right here. And I'm not saying nothing is guaranteed.
This KD from the mid range, man.
Hey, nothing is guaranteed because we can't really control stuff. You only control your controllables. We don't know technically, but this is good information and good for the percentages of the court of gambling. Moving right along, we got the New Orleans Saints against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who we just talked about as a team we want to look out for. Over and under is 41.5. They are giving New Orleans 8.5 points, and I feel unfazed about that, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So if New Orleans wins, you get plus 570 on the money line. If Tampa Bay wins, you get negative 480 on the money line. This is going to be a lot to a little. Go ahead, you got it, Mo.
Yeah, so for the Bucks, Jalen McMillan, Mike Evans, Ben Morrison, and Tristan Wirfs are all out for this game, combined with all the guys they have on IR. I am so tempted to take New Orleans to cover. And when I wrote the score, my score was 23-16 Tampa, which puts it at 7 points. Do with that information what you will. Like, from a gambling standpoint, this game is scary. It's a divisional matchup, and the favorites are heavily injured. So they will win. By how much? More than a touchdown seems like a stretch with all the injuries the Bucks have had. Parlay-wise, give me Bucky Irvin, 50-plus rushing yards, and give me Chris Olave, who is playing, 4+ receptions. Bucks win.
Just give me the Bucks.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Moving right along, we got Seattle versus Atlanta. 44.5 on the over-under. Money line is negative.
The dirty birds versus the dirty chickens. No, I'm just playing.
At this point, dirty pigeons, I don't know. Hey, all of them can go in that air fryer.
That's a fact.
Feathers could get plucked and they could go in that air fryer. 375, 15 minutes with some beef tallow spread on the foil. Don't judge. Mad crispy, bro.
Oh my God, yo.
We got to make this game some way of entertainment.
Oh my God.
I'm the ghetto Gordon Ramsay in real life. Don't spit up your coffee. Nah, but negative 340 for the money line for Seattle, plus 275 for Atlanta. As long as Kirk Cousins is starting, you can just kind of tell he's at the cusp of his quarterback career at Atlanta. I'm not saying that he can't be serviceable anywhere else. Hell, go to Indianapolis. They clearly are just turning all quarterbacks into the fountain of youth. They are just Benjamin Button of quarterbacks over there. Go ahead, go back there and see what happens. I don't know. But I got Seattle winning. Mo, what's the injury report?
Yeah, Drake London is out for the Falcons. James Pierce is questionable. Good news, however, for the Seattle Seahawks. Matter of fact, great news. Jarran Reed and Julian Love are both back today from IR. This is going to be the first time all year that their starting 11 on defense are actually out on the field together. Now, Love and Reed might be limited, but this is what I've been talking about with Seattle all year. Wait till they get healthy, and you will see the full potential of that defense. We saw it early. We've been continuing to see it. And as the stretch of the season comes down the pipe, we're really going to see it. Kirk, I like you. I'm a fan. I rooted for you, and I was an advocate of yours for many years. Today is not that day, my brother. Today is just simply not that day. It is going to be bad. The Seahawks beat the Vikings last week 26-0. Since it is Sagittarius season, and since we do have one of our favorite people as a Sagittarius in Mr. Sean Carter, who shares a birthday with my illustrious brother Germ So True, I say all that to say, can I get an encore? 26-0. Seattle wins. Yes. God did.
Jared, what you got?
Yeah, they're about to turn these folks into a three-piece.
Yeah.
Fry hard, lemon pepper.
Yeah. No lemon. You know what? Atlanta love their lemon pepper chicken. So you know what? 3-piece with lemon pepper on the side and the ranch. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is about to be. So Seattle, I think that the biggest thing that you'll take from this today, um, let me just say, Jackson Smith and Jigba is playing at a level right now that we have to respect from a wide receiver that is under 6 feet. He's getting open at will. He uses his body better than these bigger receivers that we see, DK Metcalf. And it's starting to get to that point now where we got to start talking about him more in that top 15 range as a wide receiver.
Oh, absolutely.
He gives me Steve Smith vibes.
I love that.
Yeah, he gives me
talking
Steve Smith vibes. Like,
we giving Steve Smith vibes with a little bit of AB type energy. We get, So I'm going to see it in Seattle, but make sure y'all put in Jackson Smith and Jigba on that ticket. I'll say 5 to 6 catches, 5 or 6, whichever one you prefer, and I will for sure say he will at least give you about 80 yards today.
Yeah. The one I have a home run parlay prop. Okay, this is not from research or anything. This is just from, okay, for Atlanta to want to be competitive today, what would have to happen? And if you think they'll be competitive today, then Bijan Robinson, 180 total scrimmage yards. Plug it in. If you think the Falcons will be competitive, because that's the only way they'll be competitive, is if he can get you almost 200 yards from scrimmage on his own. But I digress.
Next game on the docket, we got the Denver Broncos with the Las Vegas.
Oh, Lord.
That's why I'm getting it out the way. Over-under is -7.5 for Denver. -370 if you pick the money line, plus 295 if you pick the money line for Vegas. 40.5 is on the over-under. What is that injury report? Because we know Denver's going to win.
Yeah, I mean, Nate Atkins and DJ Jones are out. Good news for the Broncos is Pat Bryant and Zach Allen have no injury designation. For the Raiders, Michael Mayer and Dante Thornton are both out. Crosby will play game time decision on Jamal Adams and Jeremy Chin. Broncos, 9-game win streak. Raiders, 6-game win streak. Raiders, 31st in points per game on offense. Broncos, top 5 scoring defense. The Raiders have given up 10 sacks in a game this year. Also gave up 6 to Denver the first time they played. Denver leads the league in sacks and quarterback hits. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad.
And you had an offensive coordinator that was playing Wheel of Fortune with the play calling.
Here's my prediction.
Whatever they laughed at, that's just what it was.
Here's my prediction, MJ. 10 sacks, Denver. 0 points, Raiders. Give me the Broncos.
You giving out a lot of donuts, bro.
Yeah, that's how I feel right now. That's how I feel. I am tired of watching some abysmal amateur hour stuff.
Yo,
I almost cussed on a Sunday on a live. I'm tired of it, MJ. I'm tired of it. There are basic things that are not happening with these offenses. There are basic common sense mishaps that are happening, and we will get to one of those common sense mishaps in one of the headliner games. Okay. But I'm tired of it. Tired of it.
Done. John, what you got? John is on the
Yeah, listen, comment section, shout out to my boy JP. I know it's 9.5. I know the Broncos only won 10-7 last time they played. I know all that. I don't care. Shout out to JP, though. That's my boy.
No. Shout out to everybody in the comment section.
Yes, absolutely.
And my light films. That's why I was commenting. I created that like a.
I see that. I'm
trying to reach to y'all.
Boy,
we all over the place with it. So I wanted to make sure that we do appreciate y'all. And yeah, keep them comments coming. Even if you don't agree with us, keep it coming. We love the feedback. We love the banter. So
No doubt.
Moving right along, we just talked about the downside of the quarterbacking in this game. So let's go ahead and pull it back up. We got the Los Angeles Rams versus the Arizona Cardinals. -8.5 for the Los Angeles Rams, -450 on the money line, plus 350 on the money line for Arizona. 48.5 is the over-under. If you want a quarterback that can possibly win you a championship in fantasy, and you don't really you just need a quarterback and everything else is solidified, go get Jacoby.
Yep.
Because if he ain't gonna do anything else, he gonna put up over 300 yards.
Yep.
And he gonna find the end zone at least twice.
He's put up 250 plus yards in 6 of 7 games. He looks like a better quarterback than Kyler Murray. Listen, I started writing down the injury report for the Cardinals right here. I stopped.
Yeah.
I stopped.
Right.
I'm like, this is too much. They have like 11 people on the damn injury report. Marvin Harrison is out, Trey Benson, Greg Dortch, and DeMarcado for all your fantasy intentions. They are out in this game for the Rams. Darius Williams is doubtful. Tutu Atwell and Puna Ford are questionable, but good news is Byron Young, who left last week with an injury, has no injury designation for this game. So he's 100%. Last week was a blunder for the Rams. I'm not panicking. This is not a trend. They will bounce back. Give me the Rams 31-20.
Rams.
Let's keep it moving. All right. Last undercard on the docket. We got Washington versus Minnesota. J-Man.
Soda and I did some coke. She gonna clap for Sosa. She gonna clap for Sosa. And don't wait for Sosa. Oh my bad.
Nah, you good. I mean, that was probably more entertaining than this game gonna be. So.
Yes.
So we got they gave Washington a 1.5 for what it's worth. -102.
Whatever.
On the money line, -115 on the money line for Minnesota. Over under is 42.5. Yeah, just do better. That's all I got for you.
MJ, do you know what the record of these two teams is combined over the last 11 games?
1-11.
0-11. 0-11. You got a 7-game losing streak and a 4-game losing streak.
Wow, bro.
You got the 28th ranked offense versus the 28th ranked defense. This game.
Take the under.
I wasn't sure who to pick until I saw that Jaden Daniels will be active. I'll give me the Commanders, but just a very disappointing season for both teams for two very different reasons. And I think Dan Quinn, real quick, 7-game losing streak. As a GM, as an owner, that's hard to ignore. I like Dan Quinn. I think he's a good coach. I think he's bringing a good culture. I even still believe in him. But a 7-game losing streak, that's hard to ignore. That's hard to ignore. That's hard to ignore. But hey, they've been used to incompetency in the Washington, D.C. area the last few years. So
if you believe you'll do best without me.
Oh my God.
We get 2 songs. That's how whack this game is. We get 2 songs.
Hey, listen. I just want you to know, Mo, you said something there that made me think of that song. Because you said that you still might believe in him. But if I was him, I would play that song in the office.
Oh my God. I love that song. Love that song. I love that song.
You know what I'm saying? You got to go on and hit it. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, man, I want to pick Minnesota because I think I just want to pick Minnesota today, bro. I'm gonna flip. I don't
blame you.
I flipped the coin, and the coin said pick soda because it sounds like you're gonna clap for Sosa. That's what it's. Yeah, that's how it went.
Hey, if y'all would have gambled based on that, that's all y'all. But I would say sign the NDA first. That's just my suggestion. All right, so now we're gonna get to the creme de la creme of this week.
Yes.
And because I am active in the chat and I am seeing people, make requests, this one is for Jordan. Jordan, we got you. You asked if the Steelers game we talked about yet. We about to talk about it right now.
Yes, sir.
Steelers versus the Ravens. Pittsburgh versus Baltimore. They're giving Pittsburgh plus 5.5. We got the money line set at plus 215 for Pittsburgh, negative 260 for Baltimore. 43.5 is the over under. It's like these teams are just like, it's a rock fight, bro. In the NFC North. It's just
AFC North.
AFC North. It's AFC North.
That's all of the North is a rock fight at this point.
Amen to that.
This is a rock fight, but yes, the AFC North, I still believe is one of the toughest conferences in the AFC, despite the records. So this game has not been one of the games of the week for no reason, just for that rivalry, that just what's involved. Because I think only one team is going to make it out the AFC North this year in the playoffs. So every game moving forward that they play against each other fucking matters. Just to put a little extra ranch and blue cheese dressing on this. This is playoff implications. And now,
can I go first? Because Mo, I'm gonna let you do your thing.
No, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. I could break this game down in 30 seconds or 30 minutes. So you go first.
I want to let you cook on these 5 games, so I'm gonna go first on this segment because you might have a little bit more notes than I have because I think these 5 games are simple, and I'm gonna start with this one.
Yes,
Ravens 22.
Yes,
is your guide to success.
Yes.
Period. That's
yes.
your mismatch. Your mismatch is 22-8. So make sure that is what you do. And in Pittsburgh, you got to find a way to get DK Metcalf the ball, and he has to be effective. If he's not effective, your offense is stagnant. You can't do the things you wanted to do. But this is also why you don't pay a receiver that doesn't catch the ball with his hands $30 million a year. Dumbass. Give me the Ravens.
Okay. Mo, injury report and thoughts.
Did he pick the Ravens?
Yes, he did. He did. Snap it.
Oh, my Lord.
And no, I'm not eating crab cakes today.
Listen, no, well, I don't blame you there. Crab cakes is how I found out I was allergic to crab, so I don't blame you there.
Man, you can listen to some go-go music, though. Listen to Wale.
Well, speaking of music, MJ, you said something that made me think of a song, and it's I Still Believe by Mariah Carey.
Okay.
Because the Pittsburgh Steelers fan base and Mike Tomlin are in the toxic part of a breakup right now. When listen, I have been in that stadium when Renegade comes on, okay? I didn't even know the song exists. Like when I first moved here and they told me they play Renegade at the end of the third quarter, I thought they were talking about the Jay-Z Eminem song. I didn't know I didn't even know there was a band called Styx. I had no idea. Just like somebody came to school. I remember this. It was such a culture shock, yo. Somebody came to school. Because first of all, this might get us banned. I didn't see white people until I was 13 years old. I'm just being honest. Okay? Just being honest. So when I first showed up to that school and somebody came in with a Led Zeppelin shirt, I said, what's that? I didn't know what they was talking about. Okay? And then somebody else came in with a Chick-fil-A shirt, and I was like, okay, now that, I need to know what that is. Yes. Anyways.
Oh.
I digress. Shout out Taco Bell, though. We still believe in Taco Bell. Look, when you boo Renegade, that's a problem. There is something, and like I said, You walk around the city, you talk to people. It is like a funeral
Yeah.
in the Pittsburgh community right now. It really is, dog. Like Steelers fans do not want the Steelers to win today. They don't. They don't want the false hope. They don't want the I need space, but maybe we can try again later. You know, like they don't want that. They just break up and be done with it.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Right. And unfortunately, I think for Pittsburgh, they are trending towards that streak being over.
Yes.
Do I believe it? I don't want to. Because what I want to believe is that Mike Tomlin will get this figured out one way or another. And I'm going to tell you something. When you have particularly a struggling offense, and this isn't just for the Steelers, it actually goes for the entire professional Pennsylvania Football League. When you have a offense that you are struggling with, the solution is not on your call sheet because your call sheet is the problem. The solution lies in the personnel. Look at your players, not at your playbook. That is where the solution is. That is where you can figure out some answers. And the answers are available. Mike Tomlin was absolutely right. They can figure out the answers with the people in the room. Also, by bringing on a 2018 Pro Bowler that you claim off of waivers. I say all that to say, go ahead.
Who you got?
You better talk.
I'm just being real, brother. And we could talk about that playbook. We could talk about that playbook comment. When you have a struggling offense, the solution is in your players, not in your playbook. And that is the message. That is the message. Germ, you are absolutely right. I need 25 carries from number 22 today. That's what I need to see. And I think the Ravens will make it a miserable trip down I-70 and 95 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Give me the Ravens to win.
Side note, this is just fun for y'all to hear. Derrick Henry, Devon Achane, and Drake May are all on my fantasy team, and I'm 2-12. This is the type of season that this is. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm like, this ain't even me. This is just God humbling me. It's okay. It's okay. So
I don't even want to talk about my fantasy team because you know what's gonna happen.
Hey, no,
I'm gonna get PO because I feel like I'm getting paid PO on. That's what I feel.
Hey, I'm not gonna even know.
Leave it. I don't know how to hog top people.
Bro,
leave it.
Leave it. Fuck it. I'm gonna say it. Hey, you gonna end up like one of them chicks that be going to Abu Dhabi for 2 weeks.
All right. Well,
hey, they come back with a Louis V purse though.
Hey,
listen. Oh wait. Oh man. Where's the coffee mug?
All right, moving right along. That's a tough transition to follow. So moving right along, the best way to follow it is Houston, Kansas City. Over and under is 41.5. Plus 3.5 for Houston, plus 152 on the money line, negative 180 for Kansas City. Kansas City, this is a you better special because we can't wait anymore. Y'all gonna mess around and not even make the playoffs at all. That's just where we at. Injury report.
So injury report, I actually completely forgot to write the injury report on this game because of how excited I am about this matchup. And Germ, I know you say you wanted to go first in this segment because of notes or whatever. I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually have more notes for the rapid fire games because these are the games that I'm studying. These are the games that I'm getting ready for. So I don't want to look at my notes, but I'm going to give you a couple notes from this game. The number one thing okay, is Houston is top 5. Well, no, sorry. Both of these teams, here's why I don't do notes for these type of matchups. Both of these teams are top 5 in rushing offense, or top rushing defense, and both are subpar in their rushing offense. Houston is 31st in red zone offense. Scoring defense, you got number 1 and number 7. Implied totals, meaning how much the opponent is expected to score versus that team. The Chiefs and the Texans are 1 and 2 in unders in that category, meaning it's hard to what, Germ? Score on these defenses.
They ain't gonna score.
It's hard to score on these defenses. Now, here's something that I didn't think I would say. Now, this is mainly due to injuries. The Texans have the better offensive line heading into this game, which is insane for me to say that out loud and actually mean it and actually it be true. Now, a big part of it is injuries. The Chiefs are probably missing 3 of their starters tonight, including Trey Smith and Josh Simmons. Very big. But I want to highlight that the Texans' offensive line, which looked like one of the worst lines that we have seen in the last 25 years to begin the season, has actually been playing better over the last 5 games. Particularly on the interior, they have been solid in run blocking and they have been exceptional in pass protection. And it's shown in the results. Once again, there's no magic potion to fixing a football team. It starts with your players. And anytime you can improve your beef, anytime you can improve how much control you have at the line of scrimmage, that's going to change the fortune of your football team. I know everybody talks about the Broncos defense. They're great. We love the Seahawks defense. I love the Packers defense. I love the Rams defense.
Mm-hmm.
The best defense in football is the Houston Texans. And it's not even close, in my opinion. I think 2 through 5, there isn't a big gap. There really isn't. But I think the Texans are hands down the best defense in football. And I think it's going to be a long and frustrating day for the Kansas City Chiefs. I seldom like to go against the picks that I give on Happy Hour on Fridays. So I am going to, and I've done it twice, and each time I've won. It's a good thing I did. But this time I'm going to stick with the fact that I took the Chiefs. I think they're going to win this game 19-16. I really do. That's my score, one way or another. But this is going to be a tough matchup for the Chiefs. And if they got to win, if they want to win, it's going to come down to the perimeter. If they can find success on the perimeter, the rest of it should come easier. They're going to have a tough time running the football. But if at the end of the day we see 35 carries for 75 yards from Kareem Hunt, that's a win because of the volume of the carries. But they got to win on the perimeter. The perimeter is actually the most pivotal part of this matchup for me. Give me the Chiefs, but make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. The Texans are the Cowboys of the AFC. Okay. Whereas if they get in, nobody wants to play them.
It could be hell.
Nobody wants to play them. Give me the Chiefs, 19-16. But it again, because the Texans are so bad in the red zone, but nonetheless, this is going to be a scary, scary game for Kansas City because this is their season. 10-7. Remember, Kansas City has no tiebreakers against the Bills, against the Jaguars, against anybody fighting for that last wild card spot. They don't own any of the tiebreakers.
Yeah, they just got to win.
So they got 11 is the magic number for Kansas City. So they cannot lose any more games. They lose tonight, then we can put a bow on their season.
John?
They told me bust on my AP, steady shining, perfect timing. My bad. But I just need everybody to understand this one thing before I make my pick. You got a quarterback in CJ Stroud that has to be more consistent in order for this thing to, in the words of Lil Wayne, in order for it to all work out. If he doesn't play better, it ain't their lack of red zone success is directly tied to quarterback play.
Yeah, it is.
Period.
It is.
So if he doesn't get better, I don't care what the defense is going to do. It don't matter if they can't score and you can't score. Nobody score. So I mean, 0-0. We just continue to go to zero until somebody score.
I'm with you.
So
I'm
all
with
I
you.
want to, I think Kansas City needs this game more.
100%.
They definitely.
It means more.
However, I know we got the Colts and the Jags, and I know that those two teams are they supposed to be the new kids on the block and all that other nonsense, you know. But allegedly, I don't think Kansas City missing the playoffs is good for football right now.
I wholeheartedly agree.
So I'm going to go with Kansas City because I want everybody to fear 15. Because formalities and missing the playoffs because of formalities is BS to me. No, you got to beat him. If you want to win the AFC, you got to beat him. I don't give a sim, sam, blim, blam, peanut butter jelly. I'm ready to jam. Give me the Chiefs and give me the over. I want to see 30 points put up on this defense today by the Kansas City offense. Spread them out, make them cover every blade of grass, and rocker pads all in that ass. Kansas City Chiefs.
13 years ago, the Houston Texans.
20.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, I thought you were done.
20.
13 years ago, the Houston Texans and the number one defense, led by J.J. Watt, played the struggling New England Patriots. And the Patriots put up like 42 points on them. I think that's what Jerm is expecting here. And if there's anybody to expect it from, it's Mr. Mahomes.
I got a 100-round drum in my new AR.
Speaking of which, we're going to stay in that AFC South. We got a conference matchup with Indiana.
Yes.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Ooh.
Shout out to the Indiana Hoosiers for doing the unthinkable of beating the Ohio State Buckeyes. Sorry, Josh, had to say it because it was an incredible feat. One that hadn't been done since the 40s. I don't even know. I wasn't even swimming back in that day. So moving right along, I will catch that one later too. Moving right along.
They won't catch that. They got too much pride.
Huh?
They won't catch that. They got too much pride.
I like it.
Oh.
Yeah, I like it. So Indiana, -1.5, 46.5 total for the money, for the total over and under. For the money line is -125 for Indianapolis, and +108 for Jacksonville. Indianapolis is going to be Indiana moving forward until they win. I'm not calling y'all by y'all full name no more because y'all just need to just represent the state at this point for me to even consider y'all for real or not. Just me personally. But I do got y'all winning. I got the Colts winning this one. I love it. I think they're stronger up front. I think that, they're going to be able to run the hell out that ball. And I also think that their defense can put Trevor Lawrence in a position to lose patience, in which how important turnovers are, especially in conference games. I think they're going to force 2 turnovers against Trevor Lawrence, whether it's a sack fumble or a pickoff. And I'm sticking with it. Mo, on you.
No, I absolutely love it. I'm not going to say too much more because that's pretty much exactly what I was going to say. I think the Jaguars are fool's gold despite how well they've looked since the bye week. Now, Daniel Jones with the broken fibula, according to my medical expert, it bears no weight on weight bearing. So Passing from the pocket is not an issue. Stepping into the throws is not an issue. What has been an issue is A, RPOs, B, bootlegs. And that's kind of away from their offense now. So again, don't look at your call sheet, look at your players. There is absolutely no logistical or logical reason why, with an offensive line that's prime rib, with a running back that's great, why the Colts should not be figuring out a way to run the ball efficiently and effectively. And that's what I need to see today. I need to see 25 carries, 130 yards from Jonathan Taylor. And like MJ said, death, taxes, and Trevor Lawrence throwing an interception in an important game in the fourth quarter. The Colts need this game. Need it. Give me the Colts to win 24-20.
The Colts, if they lose this game, they're not making the playoffs. I'm just letting y'all know now. Because down the stretch, their last 5 games are incredibly tough. I don't care what anybody says. This is death row that they're on right now. With that being said, I'm going to pick the Colts today as well because I just don't believe in the Jags. But I'm telling y'all, Indianapolis lose today, it's over with, bro. It's over.
Yes, it is. Totally agree.
All right, second to last
game
on the docket. We got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Buffalo Bills, and which there's a plus 5.5 going to Cincinnati, plus 220 on the money line, minus 270 on the money line for Buffalo, over and over of 53.5. I love this game because of players like Joe Burrow.
Yes.
Who can easily have mailed this in. Nobody would have batted an eye. Nobody would have questioned his loyalty, love, or professionalism or competitive nature if he were to do it. It would have actually been a smart thing. But you know what this man said? I like playing football.
Mm-hmm.
If I can play football, I'm going to play football.
Mm-hmm. Listen.
That alone makes me want to see this team win, even though they are nowhere near equipped to win. They're just not fit. They're not equipped. Your defense is damn near last in the league in rushing, and y'all got to see Josh Allen and James Cook. It don't make sense. This is a boxing match in which the guy on the other side has a longer reach, taller, faster, and more power. But
you're not. Go ahead.
The other guy that's fighting him, he keeps getting up.
He sure does. He sure does.
So this could either be a Rocky movie or this could be a Mike Tyson fight.
You know, we hear. Jeremy, you want to go first?
I'm simple. I mean, I think you got one. You know, it's like a dream come true. 2, just want to be with you. 3, you know, it's plain to see that Joe Burrow's the only one for me. You know, repeat steps 1 through 3, 5. Maybe T. Higgins shows up and forms a bond with me, you know. Whenever I believe my work is done, it all comes back and starts at 1. Ja'Marr Chase can't. There's nobody on that team that can cover Ja'Marr Chase. I don't care.
I didn't know where that scheme was going until it got to that point. That's nasty.
You need to understand that he is that dude like that. Okay? I gotta slap. Listen, I gotta hit something when I talk about it. He that dude like that. Buffalo's problem is they're not going to be able to cover him today, and that's going to be their biggest flaw because Joe is back throwing to him.
Yep.
The one that he knows what Ja'Marr is thinking, and Ja'Marr knows what he's thinking. That Joe. Not the Joe that's just, hey, 7-yard hitch, here you go. Not that one. You need to understand that part of this fight is the part of the fight that's the most unfair on both sides of the ball. Because, to be honest with you, the Bengals' run defense has been superb the last few weeks. Outside of that big run by Derrick Henry, and outside of the fact that the Ravens stopped running the ball, I think that is going to be a big thing. And I think also, too, this is one of them teams, and this is why I say Sean McDermott is very, 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 very close to being out the door. Because I think they're going to overthink this. I think Cincinnati stops the run early. And if that happens in that first quarter, it's going to all fall on Josh Allen.
Yeah.
And when that happens, we get these crazy fantasy performances from Josh Allen, but they score 20 points and they lose the game. Give me Cincinnati one game out as they go into the second matchup with Baltimore for first place on the AFC North side of things next week. Give me that shit. Let's go.
Look,
I better shake the room. Wait.
it's been 6 months, 8 days, and 12 hours since Josh Allen has beaten Joe Burrow. Matter of fact, anytime they've played, Joe Burrow has come out on top. You got the number one rushing attack versus the 31st ranked rushing defense. I think that's going to bode well for Buffalo. I want Cincinnati to win this game more than any other game on the docket, except for the one we talk about next.
Oh,
the Bengals are the team that I want to win this game the most. They just are. I think Buffalo is going to win. I really do. But my heart is definitely rooting for the Bengals. So give me the Buffalo Bills. But I want the Bengals. Yes.
And to bring it on home, last game on the docket, this is what happens when you have one of our illustrious guys over at 94 Feet of Life, Coach, come to the show and pop it off. He turned this game into the main event just off of his belief alone, so I had to save the best for last. The Chicago Football Bears versus the Green Bay Football Packers. Chicago, they are giving plus 6.5, plus 250 on the money line, negative 320 on the money line for Green Bay. Over under is 44.5. Yo, like a dude that don't got no kids, Chicago always find a way to pull it out. Always.
Lord have mercy. Bump, bump, ba-da-dum.
It's all right, John. It's all right, John. It's cool. We grow today. This is a grown-up show. So, I will say this about the Bears. I'm going to pick the Packers because I'm not changing up my situation.
Right. We understand.
Hey, it's been working. Sue me. I'm
we understand.
Keep picking the other team until that's just where I'm at with it. It's been got me this far. I'm picking the other team, but it's only because in my heart I want to see y'all win. From a football standpoint, though, I can see Green Bay playing with their food. And if there's one team you don't play with your food with that has showed the last 6 weeks, when you get them down, you have to keep them down. You have to put foot on neck and keep it there until they stop breathing. It's the Chicago Bears. If they're within 10 points within the fourth quarter, it could get really emotional. They have showed it against any team. You know, and shout out to them last week because everybody was like, well, wait till they see Philly. They took care of business in Philly.
They did.
Give them their props. They took care of business because the Bears are the type of team that play to the level of their competition. I think Ben Johnson, being the coach that he is, being the motivator of men that he is, he knows the importance of this rivalry. He knows the importance of this game. And I think he's going to have them well-equipped and prepared. What will happen after that, I have no fucking clue. And that's why I'm going to give it to Mo. I'm going to save you for last on this one. Because Les is not going to cuss me out. Mo, John?
They told me bust on my AP, steady shining. Oh, my bad. It was perfect timing. It's always perfect timing. Here's the thing. I'm going to make this easy for everybody out there as I switch rooms before the games. The Chicago Bears have two things that they need to do today. They need to give the first thing is give it to for number 4. Swift is your matchup nightmare in this game. Get him matched up on some linebackers. Get him going north and south, all that good stuff. The second thing they need to do is don't put Caleb in a situation where he has to do too much. Like let's minimize less is more for him right now. Let Green Bay make their mistakes that they're going to make. Let Jordan Love do what he does, and let's live with the results. Now, on the Green Bay side of things, I'm Jordan. I need you to kind of figure out if you want to be the NFC Pat Mahomes or not, because you're kind of pissing me off. You're making me upset because this is supposed to be an MVP candidate season, and you messing up my money. So get it together. But why not just give the ball to Josh Jacobs and just make it easy? That's going to be your mismatch as well.
Yep.
Running the football. And it doesn't have to just be Josh Jacobs. You have a stable just like Chicago has a stable. Whoever runs the ball the best today and doesn't turn the ball over, it's cliche, but that should be the team that comes out on top.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. It really is going to come down to something that simple. Do you know what the Midwest is?
Young and restless.
And they might do what?
Snatch your necklace.
And we're going to Michael Parsons is about to snatch some chains. Okay. Did you know in the history of the NFL, there has only been 2 times where a pass rusher generates pressure on 20% or more of his snaps while also being double teamed 20% or more on his snaps. It has only happened twice. Both times, it is Mr. Michael Parsons.
Oh, wow.
He leads the league in pressures. He is a monster. They've put him all over the place. I think if you're Green Bay, you got to sell out down 1 and down 2 on stopping the run. You get this game into a making Caleb Williams convert passing downs, it's going to be a recipe for disaster for the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams is the worst in the NFL under pressure, and he also leads the league in the most off-target throws. Les on the radio came on the other day and said, we cannot criticize a quarterback's development in year 2. Obviously, that is one of our mantras. I am not here to criticize Caleb Williams. I acknowledge his progression. I commend the way he's played. I commend the way the Bears have played. But we talking January ball, and who do I trust? And quite simply, I do not trust Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears in this 2025 season. The Green Bay Packers, I fully expect to win today and to win in 13 days at Soldier Field. They have won 11 of the last 12 versus the Bears. This is going to be a NFL record 210th time they play each other. It is the best rivalry in the NFL, and the rare moments that both teams are good and competitive and relevant. So I am, listen, 4:25 Eastern, do not call me, do not text me, do not tag me in nothing, do not ask me to do a thing, because this is one of those rare NFL moments where the Bears and the Packers are playing a meaningful football game.
And it's good
And
for the NFL.
it is great for the NFL. Great. Les, I'm sorry, my brother. Matter of fact, no, I am not sorry at all. At all. I'm actually driving down south this week. I might make a detour at some point. Okay, just to pop up like Chris Rock and Bernie Mac in Head of State. I thought I told you that we won't stop. Give me Green Bay
Oh my God.
23-16 over the Chicago Bears.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. If the Bears win this game,
Oh Lord, you ain't gonna
the
see me.
show that we're going to have next week, I may just do the intro and just shut up. Dead serious. Because the amount of cash shit this man
Oh
is going
my
to
God.
talk if they win this game.
Oh
I don't
Lord.
even think we're gonna be able to cover the actual games on the docket. We gotta just give that man 20 to 30 minutes to just
Hey.
let him go. Just rip. So Mo, you are a bold man for that. But it makes for great television. And with that being said, y'all got 5 minutes left to prepare yourselves for these games.
Yes, sir.
Or fantasy football. Germ, take us home. He cannot.
Wait, 22.
There it is.